here, Danielle BandatV, and I just want to share something interesting that happened to me. So I went actually skiing and snowmobiling in Colorado at the Continental Divide, and it was interesting because I prepared, I had covers for my face and my body and double mittens and gloves and all these things, right? Well, apparently, I guess the facial coverings that I had were too thin. I mean, everything was covered except for my eyes, literally, but they were too thin. And particularly when I was up in the Continental Divide on the mobile, then that's when I guess something happened with my skin, the interaction with the sun and the the snow, the cold weather, the temperature, everything all mixed in together. There was a bad combination. And as soon as I got back home to Texas, I just started my skin just from one moment to the next, it was overnight. I had burns. It's like a sunburn, but it's called windburn. Some people say snow burn. And I had some people write in and tell me that they get it on helmets. On motorcycles if they don't have helmets. And so I was news to me. I didn't know this, right? And so it was different. I never knew about this. I was okay, I'm just gonna see what happens, and if I have to go to the dermatologist, I will, but let me just see. So I bought so many different things. I bought so many different things to be able to try to handle this on my own. I looked up just all kinds of vegan resources, products, skincare products, moisturizers, eczema creams, burn creams, scratch and itch and relief creams, green, what is it called? Green color corrector, and then color corrector in general, or I forgot what it was called exactly. Something like that, because it's supposed to help hide the redness. But I'm telling you, not even my very best makeup that I good makeup, could help me, because the skin, the texture of the skin was just so, just affected. And so I had burn patches, and so it was, I'm always, a pretty humble person, but it was very humbling. It was pretty humbling because I was ashamed, right, in that moment. And it's hard to be a national TV host and a professional live streaming host, because then you start to, worry about work and, your job, that's how you put food on the table and, things like that. And so, but more so than that, I was reflecting upon the people who are, real burn victims and our incredible veterans, and people who have gone through some intense situations at home, whatever that may be. And so it also made me think about, anyone who has a skin condition in general. I have a skin condition that I've always had. I'll talk about that in another video, but so I fall in that category, but I'm talking about people that have it way worse than I, because where I have it is nowhere that can be seen. And so, yeah, I just was thinking about that. I was thinking about how much honor and respect that I have for, people who go through situations where their skin is affected by certain things, like windburn, like sunburn, like other things that I don't even probably know about. I used to have acne in high school. It was really bad. It really affected, how I had confidence, really. And my mom and I went on a search for the best doctor we could find, and that doctor healed me, and I never had acne again, ever again. And it just kind of took me back to that time of feeling oh my gosh, feeling insecure and stuff like that. And I was oh my gosh, it was eye-opening, Right now I kind of still have some marks. It probably looks like acne scarring, but it's not. It's the burns that are starting to go away a little bit. At least now I can cover it with makeup. Before I wasn't able to, at all. At all. With the cheap stuff, with the expensive stuff, at all. And it was tough. The first time I didn't say anything on air because I just thought, well, I'm here to do my job, I'm not here to be judged on my looks, right? But the world is how the world is, and I was like, you know what? Let me just say something so people know. But it kind of made me think, like, you know, none of us should be judged for the way we look. We know that already. We should all be kind to one another. But it just, again, more deeply, it just made me have respect for anyone who really is going through a problem with their skin, whatever that may be. It doesn't even have to be a skin issue or a burn issue. It's just whatever might be in your life, right? Whether it's temporary or forever. Our skin, our epidermis, is the largest organ on our body. And so now I have a deeper respect for it. I've always taken really good care of my skin, especially as a vegan. Like, I use plant-based products, and I'm pretty good about moisturizing and having a good routine, full body. But it kind of opened my eyes a little bit more, especially because, again, as a TV host, you know, we have to have the hair and the makeup and the nails and everything, you know, ready to go, camera ready at an instant. And this was kind of hard to do, right? Because it's like I struggled to for a second to find focus, and then I snapped out of it, and I just got to work in my head talking about what I needed to talk about on air. But I struggled to find focus for a second because I felt, you know, concerned about my skin, and then I was worried about, you know, would it leave scarring, would it leave, and then I was like, for a moment, like, what does that even matter? Like, I have so much to be grateful for, and my body is my body, even if it's burned and scarred, you know. Without makeup, I look different right now, but it's something that it's okay, you know. And so that's kind of like what I took from it is, you know, behind every TV glam, right, there's always something. In this case, there's a mountain behind the TV glam look. Excuse me. And so I thought I would share this because I do have so much respect for anyone who is going through a skin issue. I have way worse health stuff going on, and you guys probably do too, but still, you know, things affect you. And so just when your job that you actually, again, like, use to have a roof over your head requires a certain appearance, at minimum, at least, and it's not just my current place of employment. I mean, any TV job out there, you know, any TV job. My job, thankfully, like, they're so wonderful and so supportive and just kind. They're great family, the At Home Shopping Network. But you don't know what I mean. I just, like, in general, in this industry on camera, we're supposed to be, you know, we're expected to really have that decent, you know, it's just crazy to think about. And so it was an experience that I thought I would share with you in case you're going through something like that. Whatever it is, an unexpected something that came up that might affect your job, even in the slightest, right? Even if you have the most understanding employers like I do. But, you know, or maybe if you don't, you know, whatever the case is, just, you know, I kind of offered it up to God in the moment. Kind of looked up Bible verses that I thought might apply. And time and time again, I was just reminded, like, this thing is, like, temporary. This, like, body, like home is our temporary home up there with God. And, like, it doesn't matter if you're a TV host or you're not. I mean, at the end of the day, there are more important things that matter. But I did think that was interesting because, again, coming in the world that I come from in my career, it's a problem. It normally wouldn't matter so much. Like, I got a sunburn, I got a windburn, I got a snowburn, whatever, right? But in my field of work, it was like, hold up, everything stopped. So I wanted to share that with you in case it might inspire you. And then also just as a deep, like, just an offer of respect for anyone that has gone through that, either in the great sacrifice of our brave heroes fighting for this country, the best country in the world, America, or anyone else who's just gone through something or was born with issues of the skin. Just know that my thoughts and prayers are with you. I pray that God heals you and or brings you peace. It's a crazy world out there, but at the end of the day, like, our body's a temple, but at the end of the day, like, the only thing that matters is God, you know? So I just thought I'd share that with you because the TV industry in general, not at my place of work, but in general, can be pretty vain. Can be pretty vain. People don't really focus on what you're saying. They focus on like, you know, what you look like, you know, and that's the reality. But it doesn't have to be, you know, what we focus on. What we focus on is what's in our heart and the obedience that we have to God. So I just thought that would be, you know, something to share. Hopefully that helps you in some way. I'm praying for everyone in my Dan Band fam and beyond. So thank you so much for your kind words and your support. And hopefully you guys can share some positive things in the comments too. But for now, daniellebandatv. And you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, X, YouTube, and on TikTok. All right, bye.